So, you're using Claude right now, and you think you're on the cutting edge. Well, you're going to want to pay close attention. A massive leak just dropped from inside Anthropic, and it lays out the entire secret future of their AI. Let's get right into it.
And when I say massive, I really mean it. This wasn't some minor config file getting out. We are talking about 512,000 lines of actual source code that just got dumped out into the public. The scale of this leak is giving us a look inside Anthropic that, frankly, we've never had before.
And buried inside all that code? Oh yeah, it's the good stuff. We're talking unreleased models, totally new autonomous agent systems, and get this, an AI that Anthropic is apparently too scared to release. Seriously.
Okay, so the big question is, how on earth does something like this even happen? Let's break down the chain of events.
So picture this, it's March 31st. A developer working on Claude Code makes one of those mistakes that gives you a cold sweat. They accidentally push a debugging file to a public repository, and boom. This file had everything, over 500,000 lines of code, internal blog drafts, even model launch checklists. And the craziest part? Anthropic came out and confirmed it's all real. They haven't denied any of it, which makes what we're about to cover extremely credible. All right, first up, this leak gives us a direct peek behind the curtain at Anthropic's product roadmap. And that includes their secret internal code names for all their models. Okay, so check this out. We now know the secret identities for the Claude 3 family. Opus is Fenk internally, Sonnet is Capiara, and Haiku is Tengu. Kinda cool, right? But look at that last one, Numbet. That's a brand new name. It's showing up in their internal documents, but it doesn't match any model we know of. That's our first big clue that something totally new is in the works.
And it's not just new names. The code also specifically mentions Claude 4.7 and 4.8. It really looks like these are going to be the final updates for the Claude 4 generation before, you guessed it, the big jump to Claude 5. So we're literally watching the end of one era and the beginning of the next.
But listen, simple version bumps? That's just scratching the surface. The biggest bombshell in this whole leak is about a completely new tier of AI. This isn't just another model, it's a whole new level of power.
So you know how Anthropic has always had that clean 3-model structure, right? Haiku for speed, Sonnet for balance, and Opus is the big brain. Well, you can throw that out the window. The leak shows they're adding a 4th ultra tier called Capiara that sits above Opus. And the model running in this top tier, it's called Mythos.
And just look at the performance jump here. SW Bench is a really tough coding benchmark. The current Opus, which is already incredible, scores about 80.8%. But Mythos? The leaked benchmarks put it at 87.4%. That is a massive leap forward. Oh, and by the way, it also has a native 1 million token context window. Just wild.
So that leads to the obvious question. If it's so good, where is it? Why can't we use it? Well, here's the kicker. According to Anthropic's own notes, Mythos is so good at cybersecurity that it's actually a liability. We're talking about an AI that can find and exploit holes in live systems faster than a team of humans can patch them. So for now, they're wisely keeping it on a tight leash, only giving it to cyber defense customers to try and get ahead of the curve. It's smart, but also a little terrifying.
Okay, so if a secret, ultra-powerful AI wasn't enough for you, good. Because the leak also revealed 2 revolutionary systems that are designed to turn Claude from a tool you talk to into an autonomous coworker that works for you.
First, let's talk about a problem that I know every single one of us has experienced. It's called context entropy. It's that feeling when you've been working with an AI for a few hours and it just starts to get dumb. It forgets what you told it an hour ago. It starts making things up. It's the reason we're all constantly restarting our sessions. It's so frustrating.
Well, Anthropic's solution is a system called AutoDream, and it's brilliant. When the system notices you're idle, like you walked away to grab a coffee, AutoDream kicks in. It runs what the code calls memory consolidation. It goes back through the whole conversation, cleans things up, removes contradictions, and turns your assumptions into absolute facts. It's basically a self-healing memory for the AI. It literally gets smarter while you're on a break.
Now you pair that with this second system, Kairos. This name is mentioned over 150 times in the code. Think of it as Claude's autonomous daemon mode. It runs on a heartbeat system, so it's always on. The moment you switch to another window, Kairos goes to work in the background, running tests, committing code. Then, the second you focus back on the terminal, it seamlessly switches back to collaborative mode and says, hey, I did this thing, do you want to prove it? It even has tools to ping you with notifications when a big task is done. This is a total game changer.
So what does all of this add up to? Let's zoom out and look at what this really means for the future of AI work.
If you look at the top models from Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google, their raw benchmark scores are practically a dead heat. They're all clustered right around that 80% mark. The real competition isn't about who's smarter anymore. It's about what they're good at. Developers love Claude for UI work because of its weirdly good aesthetic understanding. But if you're doing DevOps, you're using GPT for its raw speed, and Gemini is the king of price to performance.
And because of this specialization, the next big trend is something called intelligence orchestration. The idea is simple. Stop trying to find the one perfect AI to rule them all. Instead, you build systems that act like a smart project manager. They take a big task, break it down, and route each piece to the AI best suited for it. You use Opus for strategy, Sonnet for coding, and Haiku for the little background jobs. It's about using the whole toolbox.
So what's the takeaway? If you're a developer, your workflow is about to shift from just writing prompts to actively delegating tasks. The idea of autonomous AI agents that work while you sleep and can remember context for days on end, that's not science fiction anymore. It's already in the code. And if you're a business leader, the fact that Anthropic is holding back Mythos should be a massive wake-up call. AI's offensive capabilities are officially outpacing our defenses. This is a clear signal that you need to take a very serious look at your company's cybersecurity posture, and you need to do it now.
Ultimately, this leak proves one thing. The future isn't about finding the single best AI. It's about building systems that can conduct an entire orchestra of specialized models. So the only question left is, are you ready to